Good evening, free enterprise fans, and welcome to the first of our restreamed Lunar Racing Club races. I am Alyssa, I am the club leader, and I am joined here by Arenlar. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fabulous, and I hope everybody watching is too.
And since this is the first Lunar Racing Club in a hot minute, a little bit of history about Lunar Racing Club. It was one of the first community clubs ever created. Underground Racing Club, and Slapdash used to be our big three lineup back in the 2020-2021 era. I have brought it back with permission from the original creators. It is designed to be a more challenging flag set that stays the same each week so that runners can kind of track their progress and see how they're doing at some of these harder flags. We
Very
do.
interesting.
Oh,
I
go
did not
ahead.
know that.
Yep. This time does have Sea Hero on. This is the first time. Sea Hero did not exist when this flag set was first released. It also does not have any starter kits, which is a little unusual for our clubs these days. So everything you get, you have to buy. And sometimes finding what you need to buy, like Cure 3 potions, because that leads into Distinct 7. You will find 7 characters. You are not guaranteed a healer.
No, that's very interesting. I like it.
Um, our async last week actually had you taking Rydia as your healer to Zeromus.
Very nice.
But we are starting tonight with Cecil. This club does have 2 static objectives of the Ribbon Room altar and the Mazamoon altar, and then 2 random quests. They could be tough quests or regular quests. We have rolled today, launch the Falcon, and defeat the Baron Basement Throne, so 2 tough quests.
I like the hook route. You're just going real classic.
Yeah, it feels like you're going through the whole game. But while we're getting ready to start, I do want to shout out our behind the scenes staff. We have Gilmock on tracking and Pyre on restreaming tonight. And our runners are Fiery Blizzard and Judge Joe. And it looks like we are off. We are starting with a Cecil. Cecil's a great character to have. And a Porum. Wow. Giving the runners a healer and a
Ooh,
Magma Key.
Magma
Jeez.
Key. That is very nice.
You have a healer, you have a Cecil, you have a Magma Key. What can stop you?
Even better with that hero flag on. That means that you get the special whatever comes out of the smith. And for Cecil, that's not a bad thing at all.
The first seed of this I ran, I forgot that you got a Super Smith item, and I was really disappointed not to get an Excalibur.
Oh wow, yeah.
But Cecil, great character to find. This is still on the main branch. This is not run with beta flags, so you are somewhat likely to find some really nice items in Eblin.
Full of crystal swords. It looks like Fire Blizzard is heading underground while Judge Joe is looting out the lottery cave here.
This is a really nice choice to loot. That Assassin Dagger is fabulous. Since this is T-Pro, this is higher weighted. So you are going to find better gear, better items in areas that you are less likely to check. And having no starting kit means you start with no money and nothing to sell. And you also start with no life potions. And life potions and Bacchus wines are my 2 favorite items. And not having life potions always stresses me out.
I'm always up for a good quint.
Now with S Pro, you are not going to find Bacchus wines unless you find them in exactly the Forge shop.
So you're hoping for that along with whatever you're getting for your Cecil.
Porum, that's why Porum is so great. Porum learns Berserk, and Berserk makes things so much easier. Um, of course, increases your damage, increases the speed at which your attacks are going out. And Fiery Blizzard actually gonna go ahead and loot here, finding the warrior's chest. And no, this is not the team.
Yeah, no. If it was Palm, maybe you could get a couple levels and hope for Quake. But yeah, that's not going anywhere. I do see a Sylph there, and as a Rydia fan myself, I like seeing the Sylph there.
Imagine finding a Sylph summon. Who would ever do that? Um, I did not find a Sylph summon when I took Rydia to Zeromus. Asura was my entire healing that whole scene.
Ooh, that hurts.
If you're not praying for anything but Greyface, but found Mute Arrows, an Ogre Axe, a Lilith Rod, those are some really nice pickups if we find the characters to go with them. Ogre Axe is huge. You can take on the Mad Ogres. Mute Arrows for any of those weaknesses of mages.
There was the Dark Elf handing out the Magma Key at Baron there, too.
Oh yeah, finding something to take out that Dark Elf. And oh, there's a hook. Would you like to get underground and get underground as soon as you get underground?
Yay, we can get underground now!
And our job dwarf today is an engineering manager.
So the seed is verified. That's a Mute Knife.
I love a Mute Knife. Mute Knife, easily top 5 favorite items. You can use it for your black mages. You can use it for anybody that needs to kill a mage. That is a Mylon variant and an octopus hanging out down there.
Yeah, I don't think we're returning, are we?
Only if we need key items. And we've already found one of the key items we require. Finding vampires in the shop, those are huge, especially early. Vampires will help you take out the early game bosses, help you get a few levels on that Porum, and maybe even take out whatever's on Mount Ordeals, because Dark Knight Cecil might have been great in OMG. Dark Knight Cecil is not great in anything else.
Let me go grab my cane and I'll explain how the vampires help with Z. I don't think we've seen vampire strats in years, though, so.
Vampire strats. Almost as bad as Eddie strats.
I think Eddie's almost a variant of vampire strats.
I remember that first week of ZZ3 and having everybody doing Eddie strats. And they're so exciting the first time you commentate them, and then they're not.
Yeah, Fiery not having gotten that Shuriken and the extra gold from the Watery Pass, not having as good of a shopping trip here.
And neither of our runners having found the all-important life potions, camping gear, any camping gear.
I have not seen any, no.
But I would assume both our runners, I think, are a little thrown off balance by getting that magma key. Kind of doing a little bit of a different opener, checking all of these shops down here, and then we'll probably start the normal overworld pass of Hobbs, Antlion, Fabul. Because unfortunately, there is nothing down here that these two can kill.
Yeah, no, nothing that I can think of. I haven't seen any coffins or anything come up. So even if there was something like the guards somewhere, they couldn't do it. Fiery seems to be going and talking to Yang here.
I am of the Rivers McCown school of thought of single dip Fabul. Especially if I start with a magma key, but this is probably the better strat of setup Sheila 1, so you can only have to double dip Fabul.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know where your pan's hiding, and this guarantees you that you've already done this.
And there is nothing worse than fading uh, Sylph Cave and it be a vanilla pan.
Oh yes, that's lots of. I'd love to see it, but even more so, I'd love to see when Fable Defense has your underground access, and then it's a vanilla pan. But running it, you don't want to see that.
And we did see Joe sell that Sylph Summon. Gonna bet on not needing Rydia to be your main healer, or even seeing that Rydia with 7
Or-
distinct. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's saying true with the distinct.
Yep. And we are seeing our first dupe of the seed. That is a Porum with a free boss.
Yeah, unless you end up wanting to dig out whatever's in Hobbs, you're not doing that though. No dupes is on, and with the no free, you really might not even have a full party, possibly.
Or you have a party of your reject characters. Of course, Cecil not being one of the reject characters. But if you get a Yang and Edward a Rydia, that's not ideal.
Hey, I like Rydia.
Oh, I love Rydia. She's absolutely fantastic and takes entirely too much XP to get to nuke.
She barely takes more XP than anybody else to get up to those levels, is the thing. If you're already going there with your party and not doing something like, Vampire Stats, 1200 Strats, Fu and Friends, something like that, you're almost there as is. It's not that much longer.
But we did see Fiery Blizzard found the Magus sisters there at the football defense, decided, no, no thank you, not yet. And Judge Joe taking on this fight, gonna take down the Baron guards, looking for a little bit of experience, and I think wants to check the front half of Hobbs.
Fiery Blizzard picked up a cabin there, that could help.
Camping gear is awesome and I love it. Joe, why? Okay.
Purely for the levels, maybe. You found a easy free fight? Ooh, the gauntlet.
So you know what all those vampires does not really help you with? All of these enemies.
Yeah.
That is one minor change from the original LRC. Original LRC did not have all gauntlet. It added it later, but originally you just fought what was originally in the game. It was very sad.
Yeah. I remember when the gauntlet was introduced.
Yeah. But I know these runners are very much happier to see this gauntlet here than where it was last week.
Ooh, was it at Ogopogo? I love seeing it at Ogopogo.
It was at Ogopogo.
That's the best gauntlet to watch.
Yeah, Fiery Blizzard had words for me after that. I
Racers always have words.
I was not able to race it, but I was really excited to hear about the terribleness that I rolled. But lots of bosses that just are not fun for this party.
So I do have a question for you as the one that's running this. What changes have you made from the original? You mentioned already about the, alt gauntlet and stuff, and the Sea Hero. What else have you changed here that could be changing what they face?
Let me pull up the old flags. I actually have to look. Some of these flags actually do not exist anymore, or there are new flags that replaced them. It has been so long.
Yeah, because I know, like, with the glitches, there might be one or two. I think Sylph is definitely new. Gee, Sylph, I don't think was around back then.
So the original Lunar Racing Club actually came out in June of 2020. Oh my goodness. I didn't think it had been that long ago.
I was about
Um,
to say that's only 3 years ago. I think I lost some time.
the only glitch that was turned on for Lunar Racing Club was the life glitch. Self glitch had not been found at that point. Back road glitch had not been back road glitched fixed at that point. Oh my goodness.
Wow, very
That's some old
interesting.
those are some old flags.
Judge Joe doing vampire straps here on the Magic Sisters.
And there was technically a season 2 of Lunar Racing Club, which I didn't realize, which is why if you look at the wiki page for the Lunar Racing Club, Wylam is poking fun at me, which I appreciate because I love all of our other admins.
Definitely.
There were a few changes there. I am trying to pull that up as well, and that is a pass.
Pass.
Not the most useful item in this flag set.
Yeah, it depends on what order you get things in. It is K Moon. I mean, you go to the Ribbon and Masa, and from one of those you end up with your Baron. That's how you're getting into Baron Castle to get to that basement room.
That is fair. Oh,
Also, we just saw where the Baron Key is, so now we're just digging for the Darkness Crystal.
so that is a hard required alt gauntlet. That's awful. I love it. So the second rendition of Lunar Racing Club actually had a loaded kit turned on, and the self glitch turned on, but pretty much everything was the same. Oh no, it was S cabins free and T Pro junk. I think I like what I did better. I think my racers like what I did better too.
Yeah, no, this is much less terrifying.
I mean, I've done TMDS cabins. It's a character builder.
I mean, at least they put in the free.
Well, yeah, as long as you can camp.
And speaking of free, there's some free imps here to just die.
Another one of those free bosses you would really like to see up on the moon. Um, and Odin, which I guess isn't the worst, although, yeah, we've got plenty of vampires.
Yeah, I don't think the speed here is very fast. I think it'll go well.
Yep, this is one of the slowest spots in the game, so I doubt that the runners are going to have any problems with Odin actually getting his sword up. Now, punching our characters to death is a completely different story.
Saw some Soma drops there in the item shop that could potentially. Oh, there's a curse ring.
Cursed Ring is definitely something you want to have in your back pocket. Um, with C Hero on, it is a Cecil hero, which means you don't want Zeromus to be as fast as Cecil would be at level 50-ish.
No, not necessarily.
But Fiery Blizzard looking for another character, kind of wanting something to help push forward, whereas Joe finding that package and an Edward. So I suspect we'll see a package check. If you find a Foo, if you find even an Edge, um, that just makes things so much easier. And that is a
Yay, Rydia!
Rydia.
See, but with the package, I'm going full evil thought and thinking Demas behind the package.
I mean, it is possible. But Rydia, not a bad pickup. We have found some mage gear. We did find a dragon whip. One flag that we really haven't talked about, which hasn't come up in this seed but can come up, is unsafe is on, which means you may have to go to the moon one of these days to get your underground access.
Love to see it.
You're looking at the bosses up there and going, okay, so I am taking on behemoth trap chests at base level because I have no other way to do anything.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Joe, oh,
you
go
could
ahead.
always potentially do a reaction grind to get a couple levels.
Ah, the old reaction grind chart. I haven't pulled that one out in 2 years.
Yeah, it's been forever. D- We need to figure out some way to incentivize these ancient grinds.
The admins have been trying to do that for the last 4 years and have failed, and we have given up. Uh, every time the admin team has tried to kind of de-incentivize a certain grind, the community finds a way. Whether it be the Baron manipulation for D machines, Mat grind manipulation, the reaction grind manipulation. Um, y'all are like life. You find a way. But I do love to see a not so standard grind, and some of these harder flag sets will bring that into necessity. An old-fashioned door grind.
Oh yes, definitely.
And our runners will have to find a way to grind without sirens in this seed because sirens can only be at Kokol's shop.
Ooh, I like that. At least that is a change. See a very nice nope rope here from Canada attacking Judge Joe.
Ogopogo is not gonna like the vampire. Of course, with the vampire, you're refilling your health, but Ogopogo does not take kindly to magic. And Edward is dead. How unfortunate.
I mean, Oscar's not around, so I can say, it's Edward, who cares?
And on this flag set with no spoon turned on, it's Edward. Yeah, sorry, you have some uses, but Odin's out of the pool.
It's not even Sea Hero. Or, I mean,
Yeah,
Sea Hero Edward, so you can't even use Edward to anchor.
yeah, you need to find an arty bow or some arty arrows. Otherwise, Edward is not going to be putting out the damage, and you are going to be looking for a replacement as soon as possible.
Fiery doesn't realize that he is currently fading Sheila 1 with the Baron Key.
Oh wait, is that where the Baron Key was? I
Yeah.
thought it was off of the alt gauntlet. Oh, that's hilarious.
No, yes. Yeah. Sheila 1 has your Baron Key. You just need to find your darkness somewhere.
What
and
is this tower or this mountain? Oh my gosh.
I don't know what you did to bring the moon down to Earth, but, I do like Final Fantasy VIII, so I'll give you that.
Or Majora's Mask. This is what happens when you let the moon hit Clock Tower. All of the terrible things walk off of it.
Yeah, that game freaked me out too much to get there, so... Actually,
Yeah.
Edward is surprisingly proving useful right now.
Yeah, this is one of those very niche uses for Edward. Hiding is a great command to keep from getting mega nuked, because Wyvern is angry. Wyvern is also very slow in this spot. That is thanks to our developer Boardface, who said, if you hit a Wyvern in exactly this spot, you will never get a Starveil off, and you will be hard locked.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Wyvern just kills here. Ooh, trying to hide Edward, and that reflected nuke chooses the one person you do not want. That is board AI right on you.
And Joe looking to kind of buffer this a little bit. Um, but unfortunately, Cecil getting targeted there. We'll see if we get. Yep. Are you going to try it again? You are going to turn down your battle speed.
Not quite down to Wyvern standard time, but lower.
And Judge Joe, one of our amazing runners here in the community. Both these runners, just really good runners, really good people. Always looking to improve their play, but looking to improve others' play as well. Just wanting to teach people to be better at free enterprise because they love the competition.
Oh yeah, definitely. Great channels on our Discord that people can join and get assistance from people.
Absolutely. And if you have not joined our Discord and you're thinking, oh, this looks like a kind of fun game to play, but it looks a little overwhelming, go ahead and join. We have a newbies corner where our sages will go ahead and answer any of your questions regarding, hey, I've got a really nasty wyvern in the back attack slot at Mount Ordeals. How do I handle this?
And they might say you don't, but yeah. I think with this party, you go look for somebody else maybe, just to get more people to not die.
Yeah, this is, Wyvern is angry. But Joe giving it another try, whereas Fiery Blizzard finding Cure 2s, curative items, always a great find.
Absolutely.
And we'll see if Fiery is going to give us that package check. This could be huge.
That's an edge.
That's an edge.
This seed has an edge to it.
And see Neki is not on. That edge is going to come kitted out with all of those nice things that he comes with in vanilla. Now, this is a long check. And Joe saying, okay, I'm done with this accursed mountain. Let's try and maybe go back down the mountain somewhere else.
Maybe go try to launch that Falcon.
Or even look for star veils. See if we can't find some of those. One star veil and that wyvern is toast. But Fiery Blizzard going to get us a boss check here. Do we get extra value and we find a demist?
I always love it when bonus is behind something required or hard.
And there are those star veils for Joe. Going to sell everything. Silk webs as well. That's a fantastic shop.
Very much. And of course, Toad. Oh, and there's a Star Veil on one of the grass chests.
Buy three get one free.
And it's elements. You'd rather see them here.
Yep. Elements can be very, very miserable with this party and some other places. Meanwhile, Joe heading straight back up the mountain, gonna go take on that demist. Should have no problems now with those star veils. Demist is going to mega nuke and yeet himself off the mountain.
Have any of them looked in the mist cave for the possible mist there?
They have not.
Looks like the reflect is working there, and yeah, definitely killed. It looks like Fire Blizzard realized that. Go check your vanilla in case it's there, because it is no free. And there it is vanilla. So we'll find out what D-Mist has as Judge Go. Oh, Judge Go, I'd say you don't want to know what's in here. It's, you know, Sea Hero. So we'll find out what's in the crystal room at pretty much the same time we're finding out what D-Mist had there that was available from the start. Ooh, Twin Harp, I'd love to see it. Oh, just some diamond armor. That's not terrible. And Leviathan here, up at the top. This has been a really fun moon. Or, not moon, ordeals.
It just feels like the moon because there's just been so much trash up here.
Oh, yeah, no, that it's... Fiery about to go find out what's up here, but he does have the diamond armor, so that's gonna give him a little bonus out of here.
And Fiery not checking any of these chests. I believe Joe checked these chests and found a lightning rod, not a lightning rod, a thunderclaw. Those are totally not the same thing.
But Fiery Blizzard did find the Bacchus.
But Leviathan is down, and Judge Joe has a paladin.
Yeah. And if Tell is somewhere, he can use Weak now.
Yeah, I know both of our runners are well versed in the D machine grind on this.
Did I just see encounters turned on, or?
You sure did. Looks like
Trying to get a Lamia?
that's what I'm thinking. A Lamia would put a ton of XP on that Cecil, but these encounters are not cooperating.
Fiery Blizzard has a full party. That means he's gonna get a slingshot for his Cecil. Oh, it's only one Lilith, but I guess worth it. I wasn't looking, so hopefully Judge Joe didn't do what I regularly do, and forget to turn off encounters as you go to walk away. And yeah, both of the serpent types were up here. And we already know where our Dark Elf is, so, you know, once we find the Paladin, we'll know where all the noodles are. Oh, I did not realize Judge Joe had not done Soundline. But Fiery Blizzard has not checked out Agart Silvera for the Starfails. So I think is going to face a wipe here.
Yeah, unfortunately with these, with this wyvern, oh! Porum
Wow,
gets
he
through.
made it. I think
And
Worm deserves that share of XP.
yeah, Porum put in a lot of work there, and learns Exit. Exit's a great spell. Love Exit. That's why Porum is the better of the two white mages. Learns it naturally.
I can't disagree with you on that. I mean, Rosa has slightly better stats overall, but Forum is better for most of the game, honestly.
Yeah, after the first time you have to walk backwards out of the moon because you don't have Exit, you learn to love anybody who learns it.
Yes. And, I mean, you do have that pass sitting there. It, if you're concerned about your levels at all, you could, or you can exit out, take the lunar whale down, and use the pass instead.
Yep, in most cases, it is faster to use the pass, especially if there's a chance you're gonna wipe. And Joe slowly getting through the alt gauntlet here while Fiery Blizzard is facing their demon of a pasta. They have to dry the wets.
Don't they have to wet the dries?
But you can't forget to powder the wets.
Of course, you gotta dust the wets. And I think chat just realized we're both totally sane.
It's a great meme. It's my favorite, and it's my mom's
Oh,
favorite.
yeah, it is great. I love it.
And apparently, posting it made somebody not ever want pasta again, which I count that as a win. I love you, Muppets. But both of our runners kind of retracing each other's steps. One has finished up um, that alt gauntlet and finally going to go ahead and take on that Baron, but has not picked up the edge from the package. So Fiery Blizzard having a great damage dealer.
Also does not have Rydia.
Where did we get Rydia from? Oh, the that hook, the hook route.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no. Judge Joe also has not gone down book route at all to look at anything in here.
Now, Judge Joe is also known for taking not all 5 characters to Z, even if all 5 characters are available, so this is not a surprise to me.
On the other hand, though, Fiery Blizzard did not check with Sheila 1.
Yeah, Fiery really needs to go check that. Sheila 1 did set it up on the first trip down to the underground, but did not check it during Fabul, and maybe trying to bet on it not being anything important.
Which, sadly, we know it is very.
And it looks like we might see Fiery thinking about taking on some of these trap chests.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna see some monster in the box here.
Yep, there are 3 monster in a box chests here in Eblin. Now, vanilla MIABs is not turned on in this, so every
Let's take that.
chest is a chance. Embrace the chaos, it's great. And pulling out the Medusa arrows, honestly, I would put those on
Why?
Porum.
Why was that done?
Back row glitch that, Cecil.
Yeah, he had put a. He'd seen dwarf axes, so.
sometimes you've got an extra back row glitch because you can't remember if you did it in the first place. I've totally never done that 4 times in a row. But finds an Aegis Shield. Aegis Shield is my favorite. Grants mage defense and is just an all-around good shield.
Oh yeah. And first monster in the box. It's the Black Cat Lamia. Judge Joe here getting a little sick of noodles, I'm sure. Speaking of, on Friday we have one more live community race with the noodles, don't we?
Yes, Noodle Percent live on Free Enterprise 2 at 10 p.m. Eastern. It is a restreamed race. If you want to see what is affectionately known as kind of a boss hunt noodle finding, if you want pasta, show up 10 p.m. Free Enterprise 2. It'll be a fantastic time. And then I think not this week, but next Sunday we also have Mom's Spaghetti Club. We have a theme going.
It seems we do.
That is Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, restreamed every other week. I didn't see what that was. Did you see what that was?
No, it went by too fast.
But that is Comedy Club Hour with Golbez here on the throne, finally getting the throne he wanted.
You would think he wouldn't be so jealous of his brother.
I mean, isn't every older sibling jealous of their younger sibling, though?
God, no.
Fair. I'm sure my brother's jealous of me. No, he's not. But, yeah, Golbez not gonna be killing anybody here. Judge Joe immediately hiding that Edward, leaving 2 active party members, and Shadow being kind enough to leave us with 2 active party members alive.
I wonder when Board will end up putting in like a G Shadow or something like that and getting rid of that trick.
Well, Board might not, but as Free Enterprise did go open source at the very end of the last year, just a few weeks ago, the source code is now available for you to try and put any of the terrible flag ideas that y'all put in feedback and ideas. Now's the time to implement them.
Hey, none of my ideas were terrible, just everybody said, no, that's disgusting. Why would you ever do that?
I'm still waiting for every boss is shirtless Golbez, but nobody's followed up on that yet.
Yeah.
Just DM me, let me know. I will totally play it.
Would you need playable Golbez in that seed too?
No, just every boss looks like shirtless Golbez. It's great. Oh, and that is very big.
Yeah, that is a nice little foo to the ha.
Yeah, this is a Lunarian party now, and Fusoya, starting at level 50, probably doesn't have his full suite of spells yet, but can't be far, because Joe has fought quite a few bosses. And Fu knows the all-important weak.
That gets you your grind. I wonder if Joe will dive.
Well,
Okay. Wonder if Joe will dive the hook route before doing the grind that just opened up.
I think Joe is going to check the 2 free bosses and kill them and get weak on Fu. And then hopefully get a 5th character so you get some sort of a slingshot. Because we really haven't found a character that is great with a D machine grind yet, but Rydia loves a good D machine grind.
I mean, looking at this party, you take the edge that's sitting over there behind the package, and the Rydia that's on the hook route, and you throw the Edward out for one of them.
Casual heroin robe. But Joe getting weak and cure 4 in that does remember, oh, hey, I killed D-Mist, maybe I should check and see what it is. And Fiery Blizzard going a completely opposite direction, gonna take that Twin Harp.
Well, he is still looking for 2 key items, because he doesn't know that the Baron key is available to him.
Oh yeah, we're in go mode. I just realized that.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if, is he gonna just go dive the hook route and call it done? Because dive the hook route, do your D machine, and go.
Yeah. And even if you don't do a full grind, because you do have to take on the Ribbon Room and the Mazza Altar, get enough that Cecil go burr. Cecil hit things really, really hard. Did we get a Cecil stick in Eblin? I got distracted.
We got an Avenger, which, close enough.
I mean, it's a free Bacchus that never ends. But we are coming up to chat's favorite part of Free Enterprise, or one of their favorite parts, randomized music. We have hundreds of songs here in the randomized heart pool, so I am going to go ahead and be quiet. And that was Melodies of Life from Final Fantasy IX, and that was the last of our noodles.
Yep. Great song. Not one that I recognized off the bat there. And that's an Earth Crystal. Ooh. Does Fiery chase that?
That's, I mean, it is a nice check, right, coming from the harp, but that is sending Fiery Blizzard further and further down a rabbit hole, while Judge Joe going down this hook route and gonna find this Rydia.
Yeah, Judge Joe is ready to be done here. And just needs his grind, which there's plenty of grinds that we were talking about so far. So, Fiery Blizzard, meanwhile, is still looking for both key items. Doesn't know that he can get one right now. Have we seen Evil Wall?
No.
Okay, well that's one I'm hoping for then.
Yeah, Evil Wall's pretty terrible. And is going into the castle. Um, and looks like we're going to get a treasury check. T-Pro treasury is pretty sad.
Yeah, at least we get to rate that treasury.
Let's see how many discards out of 10 it is. Oh my gosh, Fire, you're killing me.
I think Fire would have saved time just taking everything.
That was like 17 step backs out of 10. Sorry,
Wait
it's kind of
a second and consider that you'll save time.
one thing we joke about sometimes is in a T-Pro treasury, how many times you step back because you just discard everything and then you're like, wait, I wanted that. And all things considered, that was not a bad treasury.
No, that was a decent treasury for sure.
Bacchus wine, cabin, 2 silent staffs. I love a good silent staff, especially if you're fighting a mage type enemy and you need to do damage to them and you don't have a better weapon for your Porum or Rosa.
Yep. We have seen Magus Sisters in Dark Elfing. We know where Golbez is, so...
And the very last chest here in the Hook Route, this is a favorite place of mine for Mad Ogres because it is just so out of the way.
Looks like Aunt Lion went up the tower today.
Yeah, she's on vacation. And taking out that Edward, nothing of value was lost. And getting a siren, that's thanks game.
So, if you're Fiery, when you do eventually find your Baron Key and go through, do you take Fu for Edward?
Oh, absolutely. Porum does not get a lot of HP, ever, until you get her to like level 60 or 65. You take that Fu because you want somebody that can cast Cure 4 and not die to a big bang, more than likely.
Can I just say I'm disappointed in you putting a Plague here?
Why? Plague's perfectly fine here.
I mean, it's... You want something that punches here.
Plague ain't dead yet. Okay, there he is. And you've got, oh, well, you don't have to take the Baron Fu, because you can have the, that Fu.
That's interesting, and we now know that if either of them chooses for whatever reason to go and do Dwarf, that it is Water Hag at the Golbez spot. Some Vanilla Rosa there. That's a question.
And that is our C7 distinct. We have seen all 7 characters in this seed. And on average, they're pretty good. That's also almost a completely vanilla party.
Yeah, it's... I mean, all that you're missing is the Betrayer who, of course, is betraying you by not showing up.
I mean, this is the party you take to the moon the first time.
True.
But Fiery getting all of the fun spells, but still does not have that Baron key until he goes ahead and does Sheila 1. Kind of gonna be just chasing after shadows.
Just casually nuking CPU.
It's slow here. That 5,000 damage definitely helping to mitigate the fact that CPU is never fast. Can somebody please kill the Defender Orb?
Possibly. Not quickly, though.
And we do see that CPU does have a 21,000 HP at this spot, so plan Q of Meteo it, not gonna be enough.
No, but, I mean, you have Cecil. Let Cecil hit. Oh, wow, what is Cecil doing?
Yeah, I think he has an Ogre Axe and might not be back row glitched on Joe's side.
I thought I saw him glitching him. That was not a lot of damage, though.
And that is not the orb you wanted that reflected nuke to hit.
Well, some of us want to see that because we like seeing the globes come out.
It won't do terrible damage in this spot, but it will kill somebody. Bye, Porum. Yeah, there is no way that that Cecil is back row glitched.
Yeah, that's not right.
And Fiery Blizzard, unfortunately, is still following this rabbit hole, going to the tower next. Hopefully finds a pan in the next couple of checks.
Yeah, he's just getting further and further behind. Needless tower too. Wow, you're just. Oof.
Well, Fiery got the tower key from Earth Crystal.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
So, in terms of number of checks, this does make sense, but we know it's unfortunately not the right way to go. And that's a mom bomb. That is really not what you want to see.
Self would be if only somebody hadn't sold their self.
Yeah, Joe, unfortunately, having a really rough time with this CPU. Just getting pretty unlucky all around.
If he had turned into package, he would have an edge too. So he's just this fight might be buying Fiery a little bit of time.
But Edward's helping.
Edward's doing more than Cecil is.
I know, this is really sad.
I don't know how I ended up saying that with no spoon, no adamants.
Porum is doing more than Cecil is.
How? What the? I thought I saw Judge Joe get a power shirt on Cecil too. Like it's something. Wow. Yeah, just mom at top tower.
Well, Cecil has been put out of his misery. And Fiery Blizzard taking down that Mom Bomb before the explode goes off, whereas Joe is through this CPU fight and
Oh, thank
finds his
God.
pan. That was probably best case scenario for Fiery.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, still going to do Tower Key, I'm sure, but
Oh yeah,
at
he's
least,
still looking for darkness. So
yeah, you are going to go and do the pan check next.
yeah, you have two key eye. You're here. You have the key. You're gonna turn in tower key and just see what happens. Not a bad place. You get to at least learn that there's no turtle up at like Masamune.
That's a terrible thing. Terrible thing.
Yeah.
And at 58 minutes and 25 seconds, Joe is the first of our runners to put an objective on the board with Launch the Falcon.
With the differing teams, though, I'm expecting Fiery to be able to make up at least a good chunk of lost time there.
Oh, definitely. The Avenger would be great. If you're gonna just go all out on the orbs, having that edge is great. Just whatever you can get, but that is 10 ethers from Judge Joe. I think I know exactly where he's heading next.
To do the reaction grind, right?
Does Radio No let one at this point? She must.
If she doesn't, Fu should.
And looks like Joe looking for a little bit more, maybe looking for a weapon for Cecil that does more than 150 damage, and Fiery also finding the rat tail. Now, rat tail we know isn't going to lead to progression, but it could lead to a pink tail that has a crystal sword.
Yeah, that's true. Could give you something.
And Chat doing some math, and Fiery might have 10 key items when he gets ready to do his grind.
Depends on what Rat Tail hounds out too.
Well, once he finishes Baron, he'll have 10. Now he'll have 11.
Yep, he's definitely he's Fiery's gonna, I think, make up a lot of lost time here.
But Fiery gonna turn in that rat tail. Unfortunately, gonna have to move the hovercraft back to go back to the underground, but gonna do Sheila 1 first. Well, Sheila 1 and Sheila 2.
I've had Vanilla Pan too many times too. If I'm doing defense, I'm always going to check Sheila 1 if I already have it, so I don't think, if you're having to double dip or triple dip, I'd rather, always check to make sure it's not vanilla. Vanilla spoon.
Well, that'll be great to throw at something. You have an edge, which is the only way it's useful.
I mean, that takes out half of a CPU.
Yeah, it does actually. That would be the best place to use that spoon, hands down. And this is something that could have been taken on even earlier. This Yang, gonna be a little punchy. but going to very quickly go down after it runs through its script when Cecil hits it.
Fiery just picking up a sand ruby.
Yeah, I don't see Fiery thinking that we need to make any changes to this party. Um, I don't think there's anything that would appeal. This is the best you can get.
Yeah, no, I mean, already dumped Edward, already dumped Forum. If you had wanted something else, you would have already had it, so. That's going to be good for Judge Joe there, getting the defense sword.
Yeah, anything is an upgrade for that Cecil.
Yeah, see, Judge Joe did have a dwarf axe there. I swear he backrode him, and that just was not good.
Yeah, Ogre Axe is also not the dream under any circumstance. It is exactly good for ogres, and that's it.
Judge Joe, I presume, will go get the grind in and then head to the moon.
Yep. May only do a very short grind. Um, you just need a healer and Cecil at a high level, and you can take down Zeromus.
How many... How many... Starbills? Yeah, that's... Not even gonna grind.
Oh, Joe's just gonna do Foon Friends.
Yep.
That's so boring. I wanted to see some D machines tonight.
I wanted to see something. Grinds are fun.
And someone in chat, I would be terrible at this because I'd want to stop in the waterways to listen to the music. The first time I played through this, I talked to every NPC, and they all have different text, even the frogs in Troya. I stopped, I listened to all the music. Free Enterprise is meant to be played however it makes you happy.
One of the NPCs dislikes the hook route.
I wonder if we ever updated the NPCs when we got more information about how agility worked.
I don't know. I know that the crystals on the moon tried to tell you some information about that.
Yes, they did. Gosh. Oh, to play Free Enterprise for the first time again and have just talk to everybody and that's one of those experiences I wish I could have again.
We'll get one of those neuralizers for you so that you can do it.
Then I could play Stardew Valley for the first time again too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, like, who doesn't want to forget the last several years?
I mean, I walk into the kitchen and can't remember what I walked in there for 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's normal.
I don't know if I'm hungry or bored.
Did I? No, I didn't.
Also, this is a little scary, but I think we got through it.
Yep. Just to end up seeing you have a deep foo here.
And a darkness crystal. That's the real prize along the way.
Yes. I wonder how Fiery is feeling right now.
I think Fiery is probably feeling very behind with having set up Sheila 1 and then not checking it. Might go ahead and check Baron Basement right here and now just with
Oh,
the
I
characters he has.
think he has to at this point. Once you see you have darkness and therefore you're done, basically.
Now, Joe went around and did a few things before going to that basement. Shopping percent, uh, having a long, drawn out conversation with three orbs floating in the sky.
Ari has gone and done a couple extra things too, though.
Oh, definitely. Um, is going to stay here at the inn. So that tells me he is planning on quickly turning around and taking on this barren castle. But Joe, about to take on another one of those required altars, um, decides maybe I should use one of these 24 tents I bought.
When did we add that quality of life that we saw Judge Joe taking advantage of, where you don't have to be on the tile when you enter it if you quickly enter the menu after?
Oh gosh, that might have been the same update as Sea Hero. Flurry, do you remember when we added the no save point text? I will say that the first tournament after we added that, save point drifting was definitely a thing, and people forgetting that you didn't get the text was definitely a thing.
Oh yeah, no, the first few times I did that, I'm like, wait, something's wrong.
It's really obvious if you're going through the sealed cave and you're used to the text stopping you to save at that one save point and you just walk past it.
I think that's the one that tripped me because I accidentally didn't walk around it like you're supposed to, and nothing came up, and I was like, huh, what?
And Flurry adding in chat, it was possibly 4.3, um, which was still like 2 years ago. But Fiery Blizzard getting objective 4 while Joe is fighting this kind of nasty Mylon Z. We have not had a lot of luck with good Cecil weapons, and now Cecil is dead.
Weirdly, Cecil is not useful this seed.
It's fine. We're going to pull a crystal sword out of the ribbon room.
Or worst case scenario, you get Legend and you already have the admin on Fiery's side, so he turns out and gets like Ragnarok or something.
Judge Show is definitely not leaving this moon. Judge Show might not go save after he kills whatever's at Masa.
Do you know how long it's been since I saw Swag?
It's been a hot minute, but OMG also didn't have a moon that ever seemed to be required.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I would love to see a Swag. I think they put us on comms together because we're both, old.
I resent that, even if it's true. But we are old hats when it comes words. Free Enterprise. Free Enterprise, great community. I think we've both been around for a lot of the changes.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was a strength ring.
Strength rings are good for somebody.
I mean, that's probably going to get tossed on Fiery's edge.
Yeah, unfortunately wasn't the crystal sword I was looking for.
No. I wonder if Judge Joe... I don't think Judge Joe saw in Eblin that they have the cursed rings for sale.
Yeah, that's again, this is Sea Hero, which means your agility is based off that Cecil. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um, there are some very nasty agilities that Cecil could be at. And looks like Judge Joe putting a Drain Sword on that Cecil, looking to drop down the agility. I did not see what it is because Joe is very quick at menuing.
Yeah, I cannot read that fast.
But we've talked a little bit about agility. It is something that is pretty important when it comes to free enterprise and just how to take on bosses. Um, the long and short of it is you want a faster agility anchor on the overworld. You definitely want a slower agility anchor when you're doing underworld and moon. Um, your center slot is always your agility anchor unless Sea Hero is on, at which point it's your hero, or vanilla agility on, at which point it is Cecil, unless you don't have a Cecil, and then it goes back to the middle. Relative agility, real quick, is 2.5 times the agility anchor, um, makes you RA1. I think that was the right order of those words.
Oh, I have no idea. It's still black magic to me.
And you want your Zeromus at, he has 3 agility breakpoints, 28, 42, and 69. You do not want a 27 agility character for Zeromus. You do not want a 41 agility character for Zeromus. Zeromus is going to do terrible things to you. Flurry confirming that I put all of the words in the right order. Thank you, Flurry. There's a lot of deep diving into agility. That is very, very basic. And I know it sounds complicated. There's a lot of math involved, but you get a feel for it. And if you do want to do a deep dive into the math, again, join our Discord. There's tons of explanations on it, tons of people that can help you out. And our wiki also has a great explanation of agility, relative agility, and agility manipulation. And Joe is going to go save.
I was really hoping for the swag.
I think if we're going to do Foo and Friends, this makes sense because you are not guaranteed. And we are seeing a little bit of trying to manipulate Porum's agility here with that Heroine robe. Heroine robe does add 15 to your agility stat. I'd love to see what level that Cecil is at and what agility that Cecil is at, but Joe has decided I'm not going to see that. It looks like 35. I have no idea what that number is at 35. To the wiki.
Yeah, I was gonna say, somebody can look me up on the wiki. It looks like Fiery Blizzard is here having a little trouble with the CPU himself. And Judge Joe's heading on down. I don't see them, but we'll pretty quickly be getting some Z flags out in chat here, I'm sure, because Zeromus, the final boss here, is too big, too bad, too strong, to just randomly put around. You don't want a random big bang coming out like with a, Wyvern or Whitburn. So, we have to keep him there. But we do, of course, as a randomizer, have to randomize Zeromus somehow. So what we do is we randomize his sprite. There are hundreds of those. I can't remember the last number I was quoted. It was above 400, I believe. So, yeah, there are a lot of sprites out there. You will probably not see your favorite, but the question we always have to ask is, whose butt are we going to pick tonight?
Yes. Also, we have an 18 agility Cecil. This is going to be a number that exists.
Yeah, I don't think that's anywhere near any of the magic numbers.
Especially for Foo and Friends, but we do see rocks on Fiery Blizzard's side. We have taken down these orbs, these hateful little orbs. And we'll see what Zeroma sprite we have tonight. For anybody who wants to put Zeromus wherever you want, because that is also a suggestion and feedback and ideas. We went open source. I absolutely encourage you to put Zeromus in Antlion Cave and let me know how it goes. I will not play that one.
Look, as long as all I have to do is kill that Zeromus and I win, I'll figure it out.
But we see his true colors emerge, and we get a Grr and an Erg.
Don't know this one. Virgil.
Isn't that a Devil May Cry character?
Never played it. The most I know from it is multiple references to it during a speedrun recently on Really Really Longathon. That Dante is in it in one of the Tenchi whatever games that, has a split off into Persona.
Apparently it is from Devil May Cry. I don't know where I pulled that from. But we have just magically pulled that from somewhere. And Fiery Blizzard has said, I'm not doing a D machine. I am going to go steal some sirens.
Ooh, that's intelligent. But the question is, did he make sure his inventory has a spot? It says found siren, so yes. Because if you don't have a spot, you will just keep getting failed over and over and over.
He also made sure that he wasn't at 1 HP because you can die doing that.
Yes.
I saw it happen once and it was very, very sad.
Yeah, I've seen them both during tournament races.
But as for Judge Joe, what is going on over on this side? Do you know the science behind Foo and Friends?
I believe that it's just basic. You trigger a bunch of counter nukes off of. I mean, it's looking like he's almost doing 1200 strat, but you just trigger a bunch of counter nukes. You have a bunch of star veils up. Everything gets reflected back onto Z, and you let him hit himself because you're being a bully. Stop hitting yourself.
Now, I do know that at some point you have to move over from doing vampires to doing using the crystal because you don't want to accidentally tip that Z into phase 2.
Yeah, that happens if you hit him so that his health falls between 16,000 and 12,000. If he drops below 12,000, he will enter his final phase. So it's very careful counting.
And Joe, an excellent player, I am sure, is doing all of this math and knows exactly when to switch from vampires to the crystal. You can use the crystal as an item. It does like the nuke animation, but doesn't do any damage and just annoys Zeromus. But Fiery Blizzard looks like about to head up to the moon himself. Decides, okay, I'll take some ethers.
Do you think Fiery is gonna just Foo and Friends too?
No. Fiery is very much like me and just get the levels and kill the boss. Because if anything goes wrong with Foo and Friends, you have lost a whole lot of time. It's very similar to Eddie strats, and if you make one mistake, that's 10, 12 minutes of time that you are never going to get back. And Flurry over in chat agreeing with that. I won't even attempt any of these fancy strats. I will find a way to grind. If I have to kill monsters on the moon while I walk down there, I will kill monsters on the moon while I walk down there.
I'll give you an XP seed sometime. Well, no.
I did my share of TMDS cabins.
Yeah, I pleased Commander one time by sending him a seed I had actually done that had one Edward, and it was the no XP.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the old Cata and Catalite seeds. There
Yeah,
are people out there that are built for that. I am not the person built for that.
yeah, no, he is one of the people I know actually knows how to do Eddie shots and can do them well. And it is amazing to watch him do it. Because I have to turn it down all the way to 6 and, like, be very, very lucky. But he does it at, like, BS3 or something, and I'm like, what? What are you? And he just does it.
I managed to nerf a Big Bang once on Game Speed 1, second Big Bang, and that was like my shining achievement in life.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was absolutely not on purpose. I was like, I'm just gonna YOLO it.
Yeah, it's, you know, I'm sure somebody can get the timing right. I can't.
Yeah, I leave that to people like Zilch. And when we say nerfing the Big Bang, Zeromus actually drops his spell power. If you cast a spell on him, he will drop down his spell power to cast that nuke, and sometimes it doesn't go away. But I do believe we have a finisher with Judge Joe.
Yep, Judge Joe's in first place, even with the third other racer. GG Judge Joe.
And he has finished with a time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 2 seconds. And we'll see if he is up for an interview.
Meanwhile, Fire Lizard is hitting that Mylon Z into Ribbon Room. How much health does Ribbon Room have?
I think it's. I want to say it's max, but I could check the wiki for that.
Yeah, because I know that there's, you know, normally it's the 2D Lunars, and I want to say it's max health too.
Apparently, it is 42,000, if this is correct. But we are joined by Judge Joe.
GG.
GG's.
Thanks. That was not what I was expecting getting into this.
How did you feel when you suddenly had go mode?
Well, like I should have been a lot quicker with my early game stuff.
Well, you came in first. I mean, you just went right through it. I'm not sure how much quicker you actually could have been having watched.
I definitely could have saved like 4 minutes of not being stubborn on Wyvern, but yeah.
Yeah, that Wyvern was not messing around.
Yeah, whoever rolled the seed is rude.
I'm always rude.
No, so far this is 3 for 3 on completely different types of Lunar Racing Club seeds, and they've all been fun in different ways.
And you were not around for the original Lunar Racing Club, correct?
Nope. I came in post playing Free Enterprise post ZZ4.
So, since I am, hi, you're who I'm experimenting on. Tell me what you think of these flags. Kind of give me your opinion, your thoughts.
I mean, well, I would want the KN save part to hit more often. That's not on the flag's design problem. But overall, I've been enjoying it. for the most part, I haven't been like you can get a foo, that's a certain level of power, or you can maybe occasionally get a bigger stick, but with the T Pro S Pro, you're usually just working through with what you've got. So it's a lower level of power, which I can enjoy. And with the can safe, when it hits, sometimes you get to do some fun things.
I don't remember. Did it hit on the async last week?
Last week, I think it hit on the async, and so far, because I haven't run this week's async, that's the only one that's hit.
Yeah, I haven't run it either, so no spoilers there. Yeah, K unsafe. It's a great flag. A little scary, but it is possible to get both of your underground accesses in your first and second key items.
I was. It's not often you get the starting magma. It allows for a different style of early game than you usually would get in this type of flag set. Normally, you're getting a decent weapon or a not so decent weapon, taking whatever characters you can get, 2, 3, and just sort of fiddling around on the overworld to get until stuff works. But when you get underground access kind of instantly, it opens up vampire strats.
And you definitely took those vampire strats all the way to Z.
Yeah, I visited that store way too more than I would have wanted.
Hey, I like to see it different strats rather than just buff up and everybody just hits. I mean, I'm a fan myself of reflex strats.
But I'm just glad that Aura managed to tank the Big Bang, because otherwise I'd have probably needed to finish up with. I don't know that Edward was going to be able to hide, so it would have just been who should have survived, and then it's either I resurrect someone, they Veil throw a nuke because I'm that close, I direct nuke because I'm that close, or I, dependent on how I'm feeling about the timing, see if I can sneak a nuke before the black hole was going to come out.
Well, Porum did Porum things and managed to survive, surprisingly. I think she has better magic defense than Rosa. I know what the numbers say. I know that that's not true, but confirmation
I had
bias.
2 evasion rolls at 20% with 20 magic defense. I checked.
Yeah, she just seems to do that more often than Rosa does. But do you have any other questions, Abrunlor?
Yeah, I was curious. Had you turned in the package, you would have gotten an edge, so gotta wonder why you hadn't checked to even see who was there.
I thought about doing it before ordeals, but I figured I had enough vampires. Let's just get the Cecil, and after I spent the amount of package was pre-ordeals. After I spent the amount of time I did on ordeals, I decided to just stick with what I got. If it was a good character that would have helped me, well, whoops.
Yeah, I was curious because you were dragging Edward all along.
He was helpful at the Romans.
True.
CPU was a joy.
CPU always is.
Yeah, that CPU fight, the CPU was not having it today.
Me. Okay, let's go reflect a nuke. That'll get me like 7,000. Then I'll go and just chip a bit 7 or 8,000. So only like 2,000 more before I can just queue up a Meteo, and you didn't even get one 50-50.
No. No, CPU is doing CPU things. Yeah, I definitely... I mean, my only complaint was that it wasn't evil wall into CPU there, just really mess with people.
Yeah, I mean, Evil Wall's free there. We had Edward.
Yeah,
Renler just wanted something to be punched.
yes, yeah. No, I like things that punch.
No,
I just like Plague going really fast and making you nervous.
Yeah, that was
Plague
interesting.
would not have been a good time on the back attack. I mean, apparently it would have been a better time, but it wouldn't have been a good time.
No, that's definitely a thing.
Of course, the Pink Tails Artemis arrows. What else would it be?
I mean, come on, Reach.
That was some rage trashing.
Yeah, no, I saw that get deleted, and it's when has Pinktail not given you arty arrows recently?
6 months before OMG was a thing.
Yeah.
The only reason why Dark Knight Cecil wasn't holding a arty arrow in the on the layout was because MS Paint doesn't do 45-degree angles. That is the
fair.
actual reason.
You should have said something. I have GIMP.
I know. I finally downloaded it, but it was more of a stubbornness thing. I was gonna make that layout in MS Paint.
Nice.
But we're gonna go ahead and let you go if there's no more questions.
I have none.
Thanks for putting on this club in this race. GG's to everyone in it. It was lots of fun, and I'm sure I'll enjoy watching it back.
Well, thanks so much for
GG
coming
to you.
out and being here every week to play the seed.
I gotta have hope for chaos and disasters.
Those are like my brand, so yeah, we'll see it someday. But thanks so much, and yeah, with that, that was our first place finisher, Judge Joe, and we see Fiery Blizzard, having done a little bit more, did take out the Red Dragons. Was a little bit scary there, but took them out and going ahead and taking on this Zeromus as well.
Yep. So, I think this will be much more straightforward for Fiery.
Yep, I expect that this will be a standard Zerg strats. I don't think we're going to do anything fancy. We're just going to Zerk and go. Everybody is there to throw a silk web or just kind of be there for moral support until nap time.
I missed it. Did he already use the knife?
I don't know. Might have used it at CPU.
Because if not, then that Zerking of Edge may have been a little premature.
I would suspect with how that CPU went, probably did use it on CPU. But here's our first big bang. Everybody survives.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a second one with these. You might want a little bit of hybrid strats out, having Boo do some nuking here.
Yep, there's the Cure 4, gonna bring the party back up to full. We'll see if Rosa gets nearly as lucky with some Big Bang roll dodges. And we see a direct cast nuke here on this Zeromus. Might be nerfing that Big Bang.
definitely an interesting choice. There goes Fu. I'm not sure of the timing of that.
Timing was
it hit.
good. I've watched the video that Zilch put out like 4 times, and I am just gonna couch to wing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just, you know, or just do, basically constantly hitting and getting the counter nukes going. That works too.
Yeah, just get your healer up enough to take a big bang and just zerk everybody and just watch rocks fall. But I am also not I am not one of our top tier racers.
No, nor am I.
I ran my first free enterprise seed last week and learned many things about the game and about myself and about my controller. And that I need a new controller.
Just go like our friend Xenocat and do it entirely on the keyboard.
I thought I was going to have to. Because my A button kept getting stuck. Accidentally casting Bear on Zeromus instead of Item is very sad. But we see nukes flying everywhere. That is not who you want to see targeted with a counter nuke.
I mean, you do have Boo. Ooh. And followed immediately by the Big Bang, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope for a low roll. We do see a low roll on that Foo. Hopefully that doesn't put us straight into rocks. But yeah, unfortunately that elixir coming out just a little too late.
Black hole, so we're not quite in rocks yet.
Yeah, unfortunately with Cecil's best weapon being a defense sword, not getting those big crunch numbers you get from those nice holy swords.
Yeah, sadly. The best sword I've seen anybody pick up was that defense sword, so.
Unfortunately, his party looking a little worse for wear. Hopefully this Cure 4 comes out in time.
Just have to hope for a low roll here.
But we do see the Bacchus come back out, so there's a second Cure 4. We should be perfectly fine. We've got to be close to rocks.
There was a shake.
There's the Big Bang.
I think we've tipped at some point, definitely.
Yeah, I think we've got to be close, but that was a little larger than Fiery Blizzard was hoping for.
Yeah, sad HP ran out there.
I think at this point we are in power couple strats.
Rocks fall. We're very close now. Yeah, this is easy. I don't even know if you have to do anything. Couple more swings here. Up. Nope.
And there it is.
Ooh.
And right before Fiery Blizzard finished, we did have a second place finish from Roger McBain, but Fiery Blizzard coming in with a time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 33 seconds. GG's.
And hopefully we'll get Fiery in here in a moment to have their interview.
and we are joined by Fiery Blizzard. GG's to you.
Sure, let's go with that. I knew I forgot Shield to check Shield 1 as I left after Mega Sisters. I'm like, I really hope it's not a Baron Key. And
Yeah.
turned out not only was it the Baron Key, it was the Darkness Crystal.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I think honestly that was most of it. If you had gotten if you had checked Sheila 1, it would have been I think much faster for you.
Oh, I mean, it would have been about 20-30 minutes faster. Because I wouldn't have had to chase Ordeals giving Harp, Harp giving Zot, Zot giving the Tower. I wouldn't have had to do any of that. So,
But
I mean, it is
hey,
what it is.
you gave us music.
I gave music. I hope Possum's watching so he can enjoy the FF9. Obviously, a good soundtrack there. Gave music, gave a treasury that I was like half being like, do I want to meme and walk around? I'm like, wait, I kind of want to summon Viridia. Not that there were any anyways. Got to,
No.
by the time I got to Pinktail, I'm like, well, Joe's already finished. I didn't feel great about the seed given the whole forgetting to check Shield 1 immediately thing and being like, you know what, I'm going to go turn in the Pinktail and then throw away whatever it is. And I'm glad I got to throw away Artie Arrows.
Yeah, we enjoyed that too.
Yes. This was probably, I mean, I only ran the other 2 seeds of the Lunar Racing Club, not the current async. This was by far the tamest one. So a little bit disappointing that we didn't get either the other 2 on Restream because those were a lot more fun in terms of like rudeness.
You mean either the required Maza alt gauntlet or the you take Rydia as your healer to Zeromus?
Yes, both. I
Um,
mean, I typed into the race room immediately when it started when it gave Magma Key. It's like, no.
what, you didn't want both ways underground within the first 5 minutes?
No. What my favorite part is like if I had remembered that I had set up Shield 1 immediately after taking that wipes to Magma Sisters the first time, I would have been in functional go mode in what, like 20 minutes or so.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So it's like, eh. I mean, this is the thing about randomizers. That stuff happens, but um it was interesting, right? Because vanilla or having a Cecil hero is always it's more of a challenge than I feel like I would think for an anchor that ends up at pretty good agility. Uh, but like even at the end game, just starting to target Rosa to be 2000, I was hoping to run into Bimmy and Jimmy for you, Ali. Unfortunately, I found the other set of dragons, but I tried.
I appreciated it. And yeah, always getting to see the lunar monster in a boxes is great.
Yes.
I do want to ask because I have brought back the Lunar Racing Club. You were post the original Lunar Racing Club, correct, when you joined the community?
Very much so, because I think I joined about the time of the Adamant Cup finals.
Yeah, so definitely very post.
Yes.
So how are you feeling about these flags? You said you've played all 3 now?
Yeah, I haven't played the async one, but I mean, this is the type of flags that I enjoy. Um, Particularly the S Pro. That I really like Sea Hero. The Sync 7's fun, assuming it's not a tele involved in there where you just steam machine. K Unsafe is always great when it hits, always disappointing when it doesn't. Uh, S Pro is honestly probably the best part about it because that means I don't have to bother shopping.
See,
Yeah. Now
what
you
I
do want to
like
buy some life potions.
Yes, that is about the only thing I really needed. I got some Cure 2s as well, but and Star Veils. Never found those, but there were a couple of times where it would have been really nice to have.
Silvera?
Yeah, they were in Silvera.
Yeah,
It was
I
a buy
figured.
3 get 1 free sale.
I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, going to that Golbez fight even that late, I'm like, huh. If it's Rydia and Rosa survive, like if they're the ones that survive at the end of this Golbez script, I'm just dead. Because there are no Star Veils, and well, Virus and Lit 3 are going to kill both characters there. So it's like, I hope someone's surviving that isn't one of those two.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that's kind of different from a lot of the other flag sets that have been recently is having no starter kits. You're used to just kind of having a couple of recovery items there.
Yeah, that and the other thing that's a bit interesting, sort of, is that we generally run with the Neki flag, and that's just not in this flag set. So like things like Porum are just like, yeah, you need some form of damage because Porum's just not going to do anything. And same with Cecil with a Shadow Sword. Uh, Obviously, that Edge being picked up package. There was two characters I was going to pick up at the package, Edge or Fu. Edge showed up. I'm like, cool. I have a ninja sword and a long sword. Also, you come with a black belt and bandana, so please get in my party. But and also the Fusoya coming with a Sork robe, right?
Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, I think we've kind of forgotten what it's like to get those characters, and even if you don't take them, taking their equipment.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I felt like seeing that CPU down the hook route pretty early with just I think at the time it was probably Rydia and or Rydia. It was Rydia, Porum, and a Cecil. I'm just like, huh. I could torture the entire restream by having this take a 30-minute fight. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that would have been. I'll look over at your screen every 2 to 3 minutes and see how well it's going.
You think
Yeah,
D
pretty
Machine
much.
is bad? I mean, look, if you watched Invent's side tournament, right? You had Dave and I doing CPU at Hobbs for 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that was fun. No, I mean, I really do enjoy these flags. It's one of the few clubs I'm participating in this season because it's definitely tougher, and I just find a lot more enjoyment in that. So I'm really happy you brought this back, and always fun to enjoy these seeds.
Yeah, I wanted something that was static so that you could week to week, just work on improving your times, learning strategies each time, and just something a little bit harder, something a little bit more could be a little bit more evil.
Yep.
Because that's what I grew up on.
Oh no, it's always great. This is definitely, uh, we have the Pink Puff League. This is definitely a big step above in terms of that, in terms of difficulty, but still very fun.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the season, I think I said it, I might not have. I'll do every one of those asyncs with y'all.
And we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll do this week's on Saturday.
You gonna stream it?
Yeah, probably with no mic again because yeah, I should not run a hot mic when I'm running a free enterprise feed.
Uh, that's what my chat was for today, because I couldn't run a mic. There were words in there.
Yeah. But yeah, any other questions?
I don't really have any, no.
All right. Well, with that, I do want to thank you, Ali and Arlenor, for commentating, Gilmog for tracking Pyre for the restream and rolling the seed. And I'm
I rolled
looking
the seed.
forward to doing, or Ali rolled the seed. Huh. Why
It's
wasn't it as rude as normal?
I
I don't
figured
know.
that.
I think I wasted it all on the async in the first race.
Well, maybe the second async is a bit more rude too.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out,
We'll
and then
find out.
we'll be sad together.
We'll see. We'll see. But no, thank you all for setting up this restream. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to future races of this flag set.
Well, thank you so much for letting us restream you.
Yeah. Have a good night.
And I think with that, we have come to the end of our broadcast. Um, but we do have two more races this week. We have the community race at 10 p.m. on Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, on Free Enterprise 2, and we have our Wacky Races Club. It will be the first restream of that on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Looking forward to seeing what that's all about.
That is actually Alchemy has brought back Wacky Races. That is another one of our older clubs being brought back. Um, and it features a lot of the wacky flags. So if that is your jam, go ahead and tune in or go ahead and join the race on our Discord. But we are actually going to send you over to another old Super Nintendo game on Games Done Quick. They are running Super Metroid right now. I believe it's the randomizer, but I could be wrong. But this is their yearly charity benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So go
Oh,
show them some love.
it is a TAS.
Oh, those are great too. I 10 of 10. Watch the TASs. They are so fun to watch. Silly things happen. Is TASBot running?
Yes, it's TASBot.
Oh, you got to watch the bot run, y'all. Go enjoy. I have to start the raid. That's my job.
Yep. And if you feel like joining us in the booth yourself, join our Discord and let us know. We're always recruiting.
Yep, definitely. If you want to be on the mic, if you want to track, if you want to restream, we are always looking for volunteers. Just check us out on our Discord. But we're going to let you go for tonight. Have a great night, and we'll see you later.